welcome back to the Citizen Channel. We're all staying safe and well, and as the games come thick and fast, yes, we've got a story of a game. We'll have a look back. We've got 7 points on the board now. Villarreal 0, City 2. Of course, was played Tuesday night, 21st of October, 8 p.m. kickoff. Champions League match day 3. So we sit, I think, 5th now. If every team wins and gets increased goal difference on as far as Tottenham are concerned, we couldn't end up in 9th, but of course top 8 qualify and seeded, but still a way to go. So I'm not worried about that too much just yet. But yeah, hopefully we'll still be in the top 8 by the time match day 3 finishes in the Champions League. But we're going to have a look at the game. The Stadio della Ceramica? Ceramics? Is it something to do with ceramics? I don't know. I have no idea. And my headline for this, based on that little picture that you can see up there, is Pep's got his arm around Stonesy. There's a lot of love. Pep was very complimentary about Stonesy after. But I just thought that Stones might be saying to Pep, another treble, Pep. And of course, Pep would chuckle and say, behave, John. So there you go. So that's my little headline for this one. I'd done all the rain, with City rain in Spain and all this sort of thing. So I thought I'd just come up with a little caption for that particular thumbnail. So anyway, come up, give us your own, guys. Give us your own. Give us a caption for that thumbnail. That'd be great. Anyway, yes. Before we look back at the game, please, if you are new to the channel, smash those buttons. Press the like button, subscribe if you've not already done so. And if you can spare me any hype points, this is a new thing on YouTube. If you can find a button, some people can't, some people couldn't and now have, and some people can't be bothered. But if you can give us any hype points, guys, you can share it around. Of course you can. That'll be fantastic. And it helps all the algorithms, helps get this on search engines and all this sort of thing. You can find me on search engines, but I'm nowhere near the top. So guys, push it. Get me near the top, guys. That'd be wonderful if you can do that. To make an old City fan very, very happy. We'll chat more. There's other ways of helping the channel and contact me as well, but we'll talk about that later on. Right, pre-match for this one, Rodgers was inducted into the Villarreal Walk of Fame. Well done, Rodgers, and well done, Villarreal. Yeah, he was there at youth level, of course. City were playing in the 5th kit this season, if you include the red and black sash from the Club World Cup. This is now the 5th kit we've worn this season, the 5th kit for you to buy. If you've got a lot of money, or if you've got less money, you perhaps try and get one that's almost correct from perhaps a less salubrious site, shall we say, or sites. There's lots of them about. They'll keep popping up on my Facebook all the time. But anyway, that's our 5th kit. It's amazing, isn't it? We used to cry about changing the kit every season, but now it's have 5 in 1. And a dark forest green number it was. I'm sure it's not dedicated to Forest Green Rovers, but it's a dark forest green dominated kit. Of course, it looks nice. In fact, if they just kicked out that stupid raindrop one and just had this as the 3rd kit, it would have been a lot better, wouldn't it? Right, the teams, 4 changes to the Everton game for City. Donnarumma, Nunes, Stones, Diaz, Gvardiol, Gonzalez, Lewis, Bernardo, Savi, Doku and Haaland. Yeah, a bit of surprise both wingers playing, but Pep does that from time to time. And a little bit of a surprise to see Rico Lewis, but I can fully understand it. And Pep again was quite gushing on him afterwards. More of that later on. On the bench, Trafford, Reinders, Aki Marmoush, good to see Marmoush, Kovacic, Cherky, Bettinelli on the bench. At Nori, good to see him as well. O'Reilly, Foden and Bob. Villarreal, I'll just give you their starting 11. Luis Jr., Mourinho, not to do with him. Foyth, Renato Viega, I don't think so anyway. Renato Viega, Pedraza, Gay, Partey, Comisana, Buchanan, Pepe and Mikatadze. Something like that. I won't bother with the substitutes. On to the match. Yes, within a minute. I mean, we try to walk it in, don't we? Doku has a final weakish effort after Savi and Haaland sort of linked up. They both could have probably had a pop at goal, but they left it to Doku. Couldn't quite do it, unfortunately. Then 3 minutes, Haaland rises again superbly. You think he's going to head it into the corner of the net, and he heads it wide, a couple of yards wide from a nice little put-up cross from Bernardo. I think he should be really expecting him to hit the target from there, certainly in his form, that's for sure. On 8 minutes, Lewis has one straight at the keeper. And then shortly after, Nunes snuffs out a counter-attack in our own box quite cleverly, sort of a little bit of what's the word? Obstruction or not? We don't see that given these days, do you? You don't get indirect free kicks for obstruction, but no, just very clever from Nunes. I thought, who had a good game. 17 minutes, it's 1-0 for City. Lewis from Savvy. And Rico, of course, eventually finds a nice little pullback by Rico. And the big man nips in to hit it home from close range. 22 minutes, Bernardo gets a dodgy yellow. Flipping heck. He's only going for the ball. His foot's about waist high. But, this ref does like his cards. He gave Diaz one later on for something and nothing. But, yeah, I mean, he's got to have a shot. And it was only waist high. But he obviously got a yellow card for a raised boot. But it's ridiculous, really. 28 minutes, Villarreal blast a chance wide. After earlier a poor ball from Gvardiol, which wasn't his first today. A couple of poor balls out from Gvardiol, playing at left back again, of course. 30 minutes, a fizzed-in Doku cross comes to nothing. He can't quite find the guy in the box. 35 minutes, Donnarumma gets a foul. Not much in it, as Pepe sort of stands his ground, sort of obstruction, if you like, but he's not doing anything. He's not fouling him. He's just making a bit of a nuisance of himself. And sort of Donnarumma dealt with it, but of course the ref decided it was a free kick to City. And that was after a sort of blocked Bernardo clearance, just looped up into the air. 40 minutes, it's 2-0, and it ends up, that's game over. A savvy chip, lovely chip into the box. Bernardo, a bit like Haaland earlier on, who just sort of ghosted in and scored on his own. Bernardo did exactly the same with his 5'6" and headed it just past the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper, no chance. It was too close in, unless it's straight at him. He's not going to save those. So 2-0 at half time. I said at the time when I was doing this little put together, comfortable for City, but have Villarreal got anything to give? We will see. Well, we did, and they had a much better second half, of course. A bit more confidence. I think if they'd played with this sort of confidence in the first half, Villarreal might have got a little bit more out of this game, a little bit more at it in the second half. The press was very good anyway in the first half, but it was excellent in the second half, and we couldn't get out of our box half the time. Anyway, second 45, on 55 minutes, Gonzalez down and out. I want my players to get up and try and play on, even the legs are hanging off. So I was a bit disappointed he didn't mess about, went straight off the pitch. As it's obviously precautionary. But I thought 55 minutes, still a lot of the game to go. But we had a good replacement, didn't we, as far as DM with the shaggy haired Kovacic, his new hairstyle. I've not got used to that yet. Came on. 62 minutes, Doku sort of fluffs a chance. It's neither a shot or a pass for Erling, who's in front of him. He sort of comes over early, and he sort of tries to control it and tries to shoot, and it just doesn't end up in anything. He's caught in two minds, really. 63 minutes, Savvy squirms through, but his shot is well blocked by the keeper. Savvy put his foot through it partly anyway, but it's well stopped by the keeper. 65 minutes, Diaz got that stupid yellow just for bumping the keeper, really soft. 70 minutes, and Villarreal were really dominating at this stage. Had a couple of half chances. It was wide by Villarreal on 70 minutes. We just struggled to gain any sort of control on the pitch. I mean, Doku couldn't find any sort of dark forest green shirts to pass to when he was trying to clear his lines, and it just, most of the players were in the same position. It just seemed to be coming back at us all the time, although Donnarumma wasn't overly busy. Of course, he had a lot of possession. He did have to make a save on 71 minutes after a Bernardo error, and a few minutes later, a header from Villarreal shaves the post. So a little bit of luck there. Bob for Doku. Savvy also off for Rangers on 72 minutes. 77 minutes, Pepe blasts over as Villarreal continues to create at least half chances. He perhaps should have done better with that one. 79 minutes, Kovacic has a goal at the other end, and he's just as bad as Pepe, blasts well over. When we do escape our half, we don't take our chance. 80 minutes, Erling, an Erling blast. He hits the target, does pretty well, but he's saved this time. A nice little Kovacic through ball. And finally, we sort of look threatening again. And 83 minutes, another good early effort. It's tipped round the post by the keeper again. He was looking for the corner. Good save by the keeper. 86 minutes, Haaland was taken off with Marmoush coming on. Nice to see Marmoush back. Savvy was off. Cherky came on. 89 minutes, Donnarumma's attempted pass ends up as a corner. Yeah, I think he was trying to find John Stones, was he, at the time? Or it might have been, I can't remember, I think it was John Stones was anyway. He was trying to find a City player, but he went out for a corner and escaped for City because they win the header, pat box, and it's the Villarreal player Viega who gets his head to it, and it just smacks the post. Donnarumma well beaten. He wasn't getting anywhere near it, and it sort of bounces to safety via a desperate City clearance. So that would have been a really nervy 5 or 6 minutes if that had gone in. So 4 minutes injury time, which probably should have been more. I don't know where the sort of timing comes from in the Champions League. I mean, there's a lot of substitutions. I know there was no goals, but there's quite a few substitutions, but and a couple of injuries, Gonzalez, etc. So 4 minutes seemed a little lax. I expected 6 or 7, but we'll take it. And 93 minutes wide again from Villarreal. A better finish was needed. So we kept at it, but we managed to hang on. My little sum up, well, from 65 minutes, it was Villarreal who looked more like scoring, as we failed really to keep any sort of control for that last third of the game. We did have our moments, of course, but generally they were in the ascendancy. And I think the Spaniards were unlucky on a couple of occasions not to get at least one goal, if not the two, to get them back in the game. Excellent press from Villarreal in that second half. Certainly did put us on the back foot. Until full time, we just kept battling away. They kept battling away trying to score, but 2 goals in the end was enough. Stats, Villarreal 10 shots, 1 on target, City 11 shots, 7 on target. We had 63% possession, 275 passes for them, 583 for us. Percentage accuracy of passes, now I've not this, it stands at 96 for City. That's a hell of a high figure for a lot of the time. I thought we were losing the ball in that second half, so it seems high, but theirs is 92. So whether they've changed the way they do stats, I don't know, because Villarreal's was 92%, ours was 96, but I can only go with what's given as the official stats. Fouls 17 from them, 16 from us, so it's a bit of a bitty game, but it's just the referee was too picky, wasn't he, I think. Yellows 4 for them, 2 for us. They had just 1 corner, we had 3. Long throw count, which I hoped I wouldn't have to do for the Champions League, but yeah, 2 for them. I noticed, and just none for us. What did Pep say? Well, on Stones, he said, really good, top. He can play his position, he's so smart and helps us. Really good and really pleased for the game from John. The year we won the treble, he made an exceptional season and was an important player there. So he's comparing it to the treble season. That was the sort of role he played, of course it was. Pep said on Rico, I adore that player, he said. He is so intelligent in small places, maybe man marking and more duels. He struggles a little bit more. But when the teams like Villarreal do zonal marking exceptionally, you need a top player like Rico who moves well in that position. Yeah, he did. Rico is a top-class player, he went on to say, when you have to play in that way. We need fresh legs. We play Saturday, Tuesday and travel. So will he play against Villa? That's the thing. As far as the table's concerned, as I mentioned earlier, we do sit 5th. Potential that 4 teams can go above us, but hopefully we'll still be in the top 8 by the end of match day 3. UEFA man of the match, generally City's, I thought. Savvy, I think that's fair enough. It wasn't outstanding, but he had a very, very good game. The media headlines for the day, The Guardian, Sid Lowe said, Haaland and Silva waste no time to see off Villarreal. No fancy stuff with their headlines, is there? Expressed in the Mirror, Jeremy Cross, Hall's deadly dozen. Who's Hall? That's his brother. Hall's deadly dozen. But hot streak continues for Erling as confidence City reign in Spain. There you go. See, I didn't want to use that sort of title. Our local paper, the Manchester Evening News, the back page. Earl's reign in Spain. Boring. Absolutely boring. Inside Simon Bukowski. City hitting their stride as Haaland once again sets pace. So there you go. That's inside. A few other things about general stuff. Gonzalez, etc. and Rodri and all that sort of thing. Anyway, there you go, guys. That's the game summed up. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the game. I say it was certainly a better first half than second. It was a bit nervy. I wouldn't say it was nervy. It was just annoying that we couldn't get out of our own area most of the time. I say we did restrict them to only, well, one that shaved the post, one that hit the post. I mean, is that restricting them? I don't know. And I think Donnarumma had to make one okay save in the second half. So, considering we were under a lot of pressure, we sort of held out, which we've tended to do quite recently, haven't we, in Premier League games as well. Hopefully we could do the same at Villa Park. But anyway, that's coming up, isn't it? Please, very soon, check out my, or available now as you're watching this, already out is the Villa versus City preview for that, and of course the player ratings for this game: Villarreal 0, City 2. So let us know your thoughts, guys. Let us know your thoughts on the game. Great to have you on board. Please, if you smash those buttons, if you want to contact me, you can through YouTube or any of my socials, and there are different ones. And if you want to just help with the channel, if you want to help promote the channel, or if you've got something you want to say I can put out there for you, just get in contact. There are ways of doing that, and all you ever have to do is keep watching and listening.
Thanks for that, guys. Hope you enjoyed the feature anyway, and please, if you can, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, that'd be wonderful. And if you're not already a subscriber, it'd be great if you could subscribe. It's absolutely free. Also, check out all my social media links. Will be in the description and comments below if you want to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook. We can chat on there and do all things City, of course. Also, if you're into film and TV, don't forget a lot of this channel is film and TV stuff. I love me film and TV like I do City. So if you're into that, have a look. Or even though someone who might not be that bothered about the football but likes film and TV, give them a kick in my direction. I'll be very grateful. And special thanks as ever to supporters of the channel. Piat6505, they've got a little eBay shop selling film and TV memorabilia mainly, including books, magazines, posters, lots of posters, and they do have some City stuff as well that they've purloined off me over time, so there'll be a few bits and pieces, probably more going on as well. So have a look at Piat6505 on eBay. And yes, if you do go onto eBay, and if you're a member, we do have memberships, 99p a month. You get early access to all my vlogs, so as soon as I do them, you get them. Sometimes it could be months before they're published generally, so a lot of the history stuff, so you have access. The membership gives you access to that. It gives you 10% extra off at Piat6505 if you want to buy any of that memorabilia. That's all that you can actually gain that from being a member. And support the channel. That's a great way of supporting the channel, of course, like watching the ads on the original thing that you've seen now, my original feature. That'd be fantastic. So yeah, also, before we go, podcasts. If you like your podcasts, I do a podcast with Mike Long in South Korea. It's called Bolt from the Blue in our 8th season. Yeah, we've had some good fun on there. We're trying to have a bit of humour, generally look at City's games as and when we play them, have a look back. So please check out that. It's on Soundcloud, Spotify, all good places you get your podcasts from. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed everything about this feature, and you didn't mind me asking you about this at the end. And please, all I ever ask for you is to stay safe, everyone, especially you Blues.